Previously on the Pavement Top 50.
Song number 9, Stereo. This is a fun song. What do you think, Robbie from Grimsby?
I love it, but I must admit, when I've heard your other shows, I've heard people go into detail about what the songs are about, and when I first heard Stereo, I was thinking, well, that's just a goofy song, isn't it? So before this podcast, and I kind of see the similarities.
Hey, this is Westy from the rock and roll band Pavement, and you're listening to The Countdown.
Hey, it's JD here, back for another episode of our Top 50 Countdown for seminal indie rock band Pavement. Week over week, we're going to count down the 50 essential Pavement tracks that you selected with your very own top 20 ballots. I then tabulated the results using an abacus, 3 shots of Jameson. Okay, it was 4. Okay, they were doubles. Okay, I don't remember anything. How will your favorite song fare in the rankings? You'll need to tune in to find out. So there's that. This week I'm joined by Pavement superfan Patrice from Richmond. How the fuck is it going, my friend?
I'm chilling hard. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great any day I get to talk to somebody about Pavement.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but the sun, to make it even better, the sun is shining. It's 20 degrees out, Celsius.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, so I'm going for a walk after this.
Sounds excellent. I'm going to probably drink some wine and do the same.
Well, that sounds marvelous. So let's get right to it. Let's hear your Pavement origin story.
My Pavement origin story started in college. It was around 2008. I was a big Last FM nerd, looking at the stats every day.
Oh.
And I think it was really, I went through an Animal Collective phase, a big one. And I remember reading an interview with one of the guys and they name dropped Pavement. And, then I looked into them from there.
Cool. I never got into Animal Collective. I tried with Merriweather.
I would try with Strawberry Jam, and There's a Time and a Place, like, what's that other? Feels. That's a really good record. Merriweather Post Pavilion is where I kind of lost the plot with that band, but...
Okay, that's interesting then, because that's the one that I started with.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back here. So Last FM leads us to the band we were just talking about, which it's already slipped my mind. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the Jicks.
No, we were just talking about the band that does Merriweather.
Animal Collective. Yeah,
Animal Collective. So we were talking about Animal Collective because of your like for them, you learned that they were influenced or name dropped at the very least Pavement. So you then started doing research on Pavement. Correct. So where did that take you?
That took me to the band, and at the time, it took me to the band, and I kind of got into their later stuff.
Oh, okay.
Really, a lot of Bright in the Corners and Terror Twilight. Those were the most accessible songs. Like, at that age, I was not too into the noisier side of things. That took a bit of honestly partying to figure out what the hell that was about. But I remember...
It's about awesome. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get there in one day, though. You kind of...
No, of course not.
It has to incubate, I guess. I feel like each Pavement album has taken me months to get into, if not years. Some indeterminate moment, a song or a guitar solo hits me, and then I I'm into it now. But I remember distinctly like driving a couple of my friends home back to our hometown from college playing, I think it was Bright in the Corners, and they were just not having it. And I was like, I don't even understand. I know I like this, but like, I don't know. It was kind of like, I feel like I had to grow to like it, and that's why I still listen to it. It like sticks with me more somehow.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you say, you've let it incubate, right?
hmm
Yeah. Okay, so talk to me about one of those experiences, one of those records. Let's just pick a record at random. Crooked Rain, Crooked Rain. So what was that experience like, getting into that record?
I was really surprised at what they were doing. I was a little bit confused by the record at first. I'm not going to lie to you. I have it right here. Unfair. Damn, that song rules. So many good songs on this album. I think this one definitely grew on me, especially after seeing them live and how they nail Unfair. Like, I don't know, I'm still working on my appreciation for that album. I don't think I give it enough respect.
Oh, you should definitely give it a spin next time you're in the mood for Pavement.
Oh, for real. Slanted and Enchanted was the one that hit me first. In the Mouth of Desert was like huge for my weed smoking days and huge for every mix CD I made at the time. It's like not a very optimistic album. It's like pretty abrasive. And I really liked whatever the hell they were going for there. I think that's before Bob was in the band, before Scott was in the band. And
No,
you just see
it was SM and Scott, or Spiral Stairs.
right.
Yeah.
The jump from Slanted and Enchanted to Crooked Rain is insane. Like,
Yeah.
I really think like Stevens and Spiral Stairs songwriting just went crazy in those 2 years, I guess that was.
Yeah, about that. Yep.
Yeah, where were we?
So you mentioned that you've seen them live.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
So I started digging them in 2008, and I guess the first reunion was in 2010. So me and a couple of my friends drove up to New York City from Richmond, Virginia, to see the Wednesday Central Park show.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was the one that almost got rained out. Stephen had to announce like they were taking a break for lightning, and people started booing, and he's like, "Sorry, we want to live." And I'm like, fair point. But
Oh,
this is a big deal for us.
the Central Park show was spectacular. It was my first time seeing them live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I regret not buying tickets for each of the nights.
Me too. I learned from that mistake. I was too broke anyway, but like when they came back 10 years later, 2020, 2021.
2022.
Okay, yeah, 2022. Yeah. I seen them since I saw them once. I saw them 10 times since then.
What?
Yeah, I know. On these runs that they do, like I bought tickets to every night in Brooklyn. I went to the Iceland residency.
Did?
I did. I had to, wave my credit card in the air and fucking charge it.
That's right.
I definitely went into a significant bit of debt, but like totally worth it. I think I've.
Tell me about it. Tell me a little bit more about that.
It was amazing. There was one night in Iceland where Bob was like, "This is a really good night. We're a bit electric tonight." And it was the best set I've ever seen them do. I don't know. I loved it. There was like a music walk around Reykjavik, and Spiral Stairs and Bob joined us. And actually, Steven's daughter, Sunday, was there too.
Oh, how cool is that?
It's so cool. I was starstruck by her. But it was kind of interesting that I met her before Stephen. He was very elusive in Iceland. I don't think anybody ran into him. I think it was, not having it. But in Brooklyn, he hung out every single night. I talked to him several times, cried my eyes out after. It was great.
What do you talk to Stephen Malkmus about?
Oh my God. He was wearing a shirt from this meme account. We talked about how he's best friends with this guy who runs as successful as an Instagram meme account can be. We talked about his shirt. I was just similar to now, did not know what to say, was so stoked. I lit a cigarette, or I tried to, and took a bunch of pictures with him.
Oh.
I think, we talked about, one night I gave him a little shit about how the set was a little sloppy. I'm like, oh yeah, that's one for the record books. And he kind of laughed. It was cool. Making Stephen laugh. I can't even believe it.
Oh, that's very cool. And it's also a good band name, Making Stephen Laugh.
Whoa.
Oof, love it.
Yeah.
Well, Patrice from Richmond, should we get to track number 8?
I think we should.
All right, we'll do that right after this.
Hey, this is Bob Nastanovich from Pavement. Thanks for listening. And now on with a countdown.
8.
After the glow, the scene, the stage, the set, and talk becomes slow, but there's one thing I'll never forget. Hey, you gotta pay your dues before you pay the rent. Over the turnstiles and out in the traffic, there's ways to live, and it's the way I'm living. Right or wrong, it's all that I can do. Settle down. If I could settle down, then I would settle down. I want to arrange my life. If I could settle down, if I could settle down, then I would settle down. Cops, the heat, pass me your gloves. This crime, it is never complete until you snort it up and shoot it down. You're never gonna feel free. Out on my skateboard, the night is just humming, and the gum smacks all the pulse I follow with my Walkman fades. Well, I got absolutely no one but myself to blame. future kids. They don't have no function. I don't understand what they mean. I could really give a fuck. The Stone Temple Pilots, they're elegant bachelors. They're foxy to me, are they foxy to you? I will agree. They deserve absolutely nothing more than me. Dreaming, dream, 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 dream,
Early on in the top 10, but top 10 nevertheless. This week, Range Life checks in at number 8 on the countdown. This song is near the top of the list for Pavement songs that make old JD weepy.
Mm-hmm.
How does it make you feel, Patrice from Richmond?
It makes me feel nostalgic.
Yeah. Dripping with it, isn't it?
Absolutely. Dripping with nostalgia. You know, Malkmus was around 28, 29 when he wrote this, and you can just hear him wondering what the hell he's doing.
Yeah. What do you think how do you think he's doing that in the song? What are some examples, do you think?
You know, the line about drugs. It kind of just feels like you're at an after party looking around, wondering what the fuck you're doing. Because either you can go to bed at 11 o'clock and have this life, this productive life, or you can kind of party all the time and, you know, kind of like, I just feel like that's the age where you kind of don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. I still relate to it, funny enough, though. I really do.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like it hasn't grown out of style for me at all.
No, it's not. I think it was one of those songs that I listened to too much, and I forgot how much of a great track it is after overexposing myself to it. But it really is lovely. It sounds so California, and I think if you want to put Stephen Malkmus's personality in one song, this is definitely one of them. I feel like you get a really good idea of what kind of man he is.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. As she takes a sip of wine.
I'm drinking Lambrusco. I'm obsessed with it. It's chilled red dry wine. It's like opposite Riesling. It's delicious. And it's sparkling, so forget about it.
It's like pop.
Yeah.
Or soda. Sorry.
Oh, is that what you're on the pop?
Well, we say pop here. I always say soda, but whatever. I
Pop
see more of the world than they do. So number 6 on the countdown. Number 8 rather on the countdown, Range Life. What's your relationship with the song? At this point you've heavily alluded to your relationship to the song, but I'm wondering if there's more to it and when it first connected with you. Were you know, what did that look like?
I'm not really sure what to say. Like, I love the track. It kind of was the song where he slags off and talks shit about a couple bands, and definitely one that I would share with people who did not like Pavement, and I got a few converts. I've just been really thinking about it since, you told me that that was a song I was given. I'm like, okay, interesting. Range Life is not one that, you know, I was ever really obsessed with.
Oh, wow.
It's lovely. Like, I love the song, but,
And yet here it is, like with your cohort sitting at number 8. It's, well inside the top 10. But not a top 10 song for you. So you feel this one's overrated.
I never said that. No.
Oh, no. On the rankings, not as a song.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't say that. This song is a total hit and it's awesome. It's just not like, okay, if we talk about Pavement doing this country thing, I really resonated more with like Father to a Sister of Thought that did a similar thing. And that music video was perfect. It was just like the grainy footage, the sun, the heat. I feel like you saw a mirage in that video or something. And that's what I feel listening to this song too. It's great. I would have to see what's going to be 1 through 7 before I say if it's overrated or not. It might be just right.
I'll never tell.
Okay. Yeah. When will we find out?
I will tell.
Yeah. It'll be like 2025 when we find out.
No, it's Christmas time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So it runs for the whole year.
Cool.
Yeah.
I a little bit wish I had gotten in before we were into the top 10. Just a little bit. It would have been nice to do an obscurity. I feel a bit of pressure for Range Life. I know there's someone rabid for this. But you got me.
For sure. People are nuts about several songs, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting water cooler talk. It's going to be, is this song inside the top 10 for you? For me, it is absolutely in the top 10. And I think it sits just about right. Maybe for me, it would be 6 or 7.
Okay.
But just about right. Yeah.
I'm not big on ranking Pavement songs.
You came to the wrong podcast.
You wanted a super fan, right? It's like Beatlemania. I'm, ever since I saw Slow Century, it's been game over for the rest of any band competing to be my favorite band. It's over.
Wow. God, what did you say? You saw them 10 times on the 2022 tour. So what shows? You saw 3 in Iceland, 4 in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So that's 7. What were the other 3?
They did a date in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
It was a seated show. I was way up in the rafters. It was awful for me as a fan. So the next day I'm like, I'm driving to Atlanta and seeing them at like general admission. I can't. And that light show they had was so cool.
It really was, right? When you think, especially when you think compared to 2010, when it was just that sort of string of lights.
Yeah.
Which was really cool too, but it was just very different,
Yeah, it's really nice because in 2010, I couldn't see a thing. I was way back in the field and it would have been nice to have some visuals. They did a kind of weird thing in Brooklyn where they filmed the audience live while the band was playing. And I was on the barricade. I'm like, please do not show my face on a Jumbotron. It was.
I wonder if they were filming for the Pavement movie.
Did that come out yet?
No, it has not. No. Well, maybe by the time this airs, it will have come out, but it's not out yet. No.
I think they're definitely going to do something with it. It might be for the Pavement movie or Slow Century 2 or something.
Oh, Slow Century 2. Interesting. Hey, I just want a live record. That's what I want.
Oh, yeah, that would be lovely.
Did
you buy that? That would be excellent. I wouldn't mind that either, especially They play some really good jams. That Terror Twilight material is so great for jamming on. Like, I feel like a lot of those songs did not become my favorite until I saw them live and the extended Jerry Garcia treatment that they would do.
It's very Jixie feeling, right? Like, where he does sort of let loose and just jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Patrice from Richmond, it's been spectacular talking to you today about Pavement and your obsession. And song number 8, of course, Range Life. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Not really. I have a fledgling Twitter account. It's
Okay.
Malkmus Post.
Oh,
It's like Malkmus's Posts, where I basically, I've stolen it from Kanye West fans. Every time Stephen posts a story, I'll just repost it on a Twitter account for posterity.
oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do with my obsession. There is a Pavement cover band in Richmond. I think they're called a Special New Band.
Oh, what a great name.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
One of my friends practices in the same practice spot as them. Good luck to them, because that's a really hard band to cover.
I totally agree with you.
They're going to be playing a show with Oasis, another Oasis cover band. I forget, Mad for It or something. It's like a 90s cover band extravaganza.
Wow. Cover bands are taking over right now. It is wild. They have become the new $25 ticket, or $20 ticket. Like, whereas you used to be able to see like a mid-level band for like $25, And this isn't me just standing on my lawn, raising my fists in the sky. This is just like, even before the pandemic, you could go to a live music venue and you could see a band, for $20 or something like that. And now it's like they're up to $40, and the cover bands have come in and taken that $25 ticket. I don't know. That's just my conspiracy theory.
The one free venue we had is now about $10 or $20. Like, every show would be free because everyone would get wasted at the bar. Post-pandemic, it's all $15, $20. I don't really see too many cover bands, but I do see them. A couple of my friends in their own bands will moonlight in those cover bands to actually make some money. So, but I'm excited to eventually see the cover band in town. I'm going to wear all my Pavement gear and cross my arms and see if I can be impressed some kind of way.
Yeah. Wow, it's going to be wild. I don't know how they'll do it. SM has such a unique voice, Like,
Absolutely.
I feel like if you didn't just not sing like him, it would seem inauthentic. But if you did try to sing like him, it would sound inauthentic as well. Like, it would just...
It was very strange. One night in Brooklyn, they had Kiwi Jr. open for them.
Okay.
And the vocalist sounds suspiciously like Stephen.
Oh.
So many of us were like, this is really weird to see Pavement Jr. open up for Pavement. And I wasn't the only one. Sometimes I feel like I'm on a trip and it's only me who thinks this, but I thought they sounded too much like Stephen, and it was just too weird. But, good luck. I feel like sometimes the band embarrasses themselves playing their own songs. Imagine a cover band trying to, there's a certain looseness that we'll see how it goes. Anyway.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. You'll have to let me know once you see them. I'll be very curious.
Yeah. I think, what is it? Neil Young is playing the same night. So I might be at that. But eventually.
Get your priorities straight.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
No, it's with Crazy Horse and everything, right? So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I think I better get on down and...
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully someone posts some footage.
Well, it's been dynamite talking Pavement with you, and I want to thank you so much for all your time.
Yeah, thank you. Loved it.
Wash your goddamn hands. Thanks for listening to Meeting Malkmus, a Pavement podcast, where we count down the top 50 pavement tracks, as selected by you. If you've got questions or concerns, please shoot me an email. jd.meetingmalkmus@gmail.com. To podcasts and such.